What up, guys? So, boy, here once again, classic way speaking. You know how we do it. We simplify, decomplicated. Now, our first plan our market analysis tonight is XAUUSD. So, go. Let's begin the breakdown on the weekly. Now, on the weekly time frame, we have the weekly upper and then the weekly lower zone. What exactly is going on here on the weekly? Price has been able to break above these equal highs of the weekly to the upside with a push. And we know that after push, price will come off what? A retest as higher low before it goes all the way to the upside. But over here on the weekly time frame, two things can happen. Is either price comes down for what? A pullback here before it goes continuously to the upside, or it is either it comes all the way down to complete a full retest for the weekly what? Resistance as support before it goes to the upside. So gold, either way, price is going to sell. So either it sells as what? As a minor pullback, or it sells as a complete full retest before what? Extending to the upside. As I said, either of them price is going to sell. So what are we looking for? We're looking for selling opportunities on gold to the downside. Now gold, how do we sell to the downside? Let's take it again to daily time frame for proper flow. All right, let's go to daily. Okay, so this is the daily time frame of gold. Now gold on the daily time frame, let's take our time to explain this chart here on the daily. Now if you look at the daily very well, what do we have on the daily? We have the daily upper zone, the middle zone, and then the lower zone. Price is in an uptrend on the daily. This is a higher high. We saw higher low. Price was able to break above previous higher high, giving us a new higher high. We saw that it came off another higher low, and what happened? It failed to give us what? A new higher high. Instead, it has seen sell pressure on its previous high and is dropping all the way to the downside. Now, since gold failed to break above its previous high over here, it tells us that it has seen sell pressure from this resistance and it's definitely going to sell all the way to the downside. So gold, we are definitely going to see price drop all the way to the downside here on the daily. So what are we going to look for? We're looking for the selling opportunities here to sell all the way down. And if you look at the daily time, we can even see what? A pin bar here or a wick, which is an indication of what? The presence of sellers on this resistance, which will be able to push the market all the way to the downside. So gold, we're looking for selling opportunities to the downside. Now let's take it again to the 30 minutes where I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to pick our entry to the downside on gold. So gold, let's take it all the way to 30 minutes and I'll show you exactly how we're going to pick the sell to the downside. All right, so this is the 30 minutes time frame of gold. Now, the reason why I'm coming all the way down to 30 minutes is because I want you guys to understand very well exactly how this entry is going to come about. Now, this is the 30 minutes, all right? Let's call this the 30 minutes upper, the middle, and then the lower zone. What has happened in the 30 minutes? Price has given us what? A double top. Now, after double top, it broke below the neckline and has given us what? A lower low on this support level. So over here, 30 minutes, I'm expecting price to go up to form a lower high, where we pick our entry to sell all the way down on gold. So gold, this is our full and complete technical analysis. Okay, this is exactly where we are going to sell after what? Candle confirmation. So gold, this is also our full and complete technical analysis. All right, let's move to the next pair on board, which is going to be US oil. Let's go to US oil and also break it down. Now, US oil, I'm very much interested in this pair because I want to make money. Last week, I lost money on US oil and I want that money back. So let's go back, reanalyze US oil and know if price is still going into the direction that we predicted last week. All right, let's start. Now, this is US oil on the 3 months time frame. We have the upper zone, the middle zone, and then the lower zone. What else do we see here on the 3 months? We've seen that sell pressure from this resistance level has broken below the middle zone or the support level of the 3 months, heading all the way to a downside. Now, where is price heading to? It is going all the way down to make contact with this support level. How do I know that on this time frame? What I can see over here is what? It's an evening star candle confirmation, which is going to bring in more sell pressure to reverse the market or continuously push the market to the downside. So US oil, I'm looking for selling opportunities to the downside. How do I sell? Let me take it again to the monthly where I will continuously break it down. All right, so this is the monthly time frame of gold. Now, gold on the, US oil. Now, US oil on the monthly time frame, we have the monthly upper and then the monthly lower zone. What has price done over here? Price has broken below the equal lows or the support level of the monthly here to the downside, giving us what? A lower low. After lower low, it has given us what? A lower high. After the lower high, it has given us again a bearish engulfing candle close as a confirmation candle here on the monthly to bring the market all the way down. But since the monthly is a higher time frame, we cannot even pick the sell even after what? The confirmation candle value. So let's break it down to the other time frame before we can pick our entry. Now let's take it again to the weekly for a better look. All right. Okay, so this is the weekly time frame of US oil. Now, US oil on the weekly time frame, let's take our time to break it down. If you look very closely at the weekly of US oil, we have the weekly mid-range zone over here. What happened in the weekly? Price is also in a downtrend. This pushed the downside as lower low. This is lower high. What happened? Price give us what? Equal low here. Went back to form what? Equal high. Where is it going to go? It's going to drop all the way to the downside. So this is the beautiful structure that we are seeing on the weekly, which is supposed to bring the market also to the downside. So the weekly has confirmed the movement to the downside because it is also giving us what? A downtrend. So we're looking for the selling opportunities right exactly here on the monthly resistance to sell all the way down. Now, how do we sell? Let me take it again to a daily for another closer look. Okay, so this is the daily time frame of US oil. Now, US oil on the daily time frame, what do I see over here on the daily? On the daily, we have the daily mid-range, which is a strong level of what? Buy pressure. But look at here on the daily time frame, this is what? Lower low, lower high, equal low, and we have what? Equal high here. We are expecting price to drop. So this is exactly the same structure that we saw on the weekly time frame. So this is where we are looking for the selling opportunity to go all the way down on US oil. Now, if you look at the day time frame, price has formed what? A pin bar, which is a clear indication of the presence of sellers over here, which will be able to move the market to the downside. So US oil, this area is exactly where I'm looking for my selling opportunity to the downside. But how do I pick my sell? Let me take it again to the 4H and I'll show you exactly how the sell will come about. Alright, so this is what? US oil on the 4-hour time frame, and this is exactly how I'm going to pick my sell to the downside on this pair. Now, what do we see on the 4-hour time frame? We've seen the price has what? Rallied all the way up to this resistance level where we are expecting what? The sell pressure. Remember, this area is the what? Equal highs on the daily and also the weekly. So this is where I'm looking for the selling opportunity to sell all the way down. How will I pick my sell? Now, since price what is moving in an uptrend in this manner, I'm expecting price to go up again, make a second contact on this level before I'll be able to sell all the way down. So if buyers pushes the market back again to this area of sensitivity, it will find the second wave of sell pressure, which will bring the market all the way down. So once price make that contact to give us the second wave of sell pressure, that is where I will sell on candle confirmation to the downside on US oil. So US oil, this is also my full and complete technical analysis. This week, I'm definitely going to kill the market. Trust me, I'm definitely going to do that. All right, let's go to the next pair, which is Euro USD. So Euro USD is up next. Let's go and break it down as well. All right, so Euro USD, what is happening? I'm looking for a selling opportunity on Euro USD. But how or why am I looking for that selling opportunity? I need to be able to explain to you guys so you know the reason why I'm looking for a selling opportunity on Euro USD. But before that, let's break it down on the higher time frame. Now, on the higher time frame of Euro USD, we have the upper zone, the middle zone, and then the lower zone. There's buy pressure on this support level, which is pushing the market continuously to the upside anytime contact is made. So price made contact here and has seen the same buy pressure to the upside. So according to the 3 months time, where is price going? Price is going all the way to this what? Resistance level. To do what? To form equal highs with the already existing what? Highs. So the question is, how will you pick buys to the upside of Euro USD? Let's find out as we take you through the various time frames. Alright, so Euro USD, let me take it again to the monthly where I will break it down. Alright, so this is the monthly time frame of Euro USD. We have the monthly upper and then the monthly lower zone. What happened on the monthly time frame? Price managed to break above this resistance level of the monthly to the upside, giving us what? A push. Now look at this. After this push, price drop all the way down, and then we saw buy pressure coming again, but after making contact for the second time on this resistance level, it has seen sell pressure again to the downside. So USD on the monthly time frame, price is not going to be able to break above this level now to go up, but it is going to see what sell pressure on the monthly resistance to drop down before it later goes to the upside. Now, how is the drop going to happen, and how are we going to be able to pick sell within that drop? Let's find out as we take it again to the weekly. Okay, so this is the weekly time frame of USD. Now the weekly makes a lot of sense, so let's break it down. On the weekly time frame, we have the weekly mid-range zone. What has happened on the weekly? Price is in an uptrend. This is higher high. This is higher low. This is another higher high. What happened next? Higher low came in. Price was supposed to give us what? A new higher high on this resistance level. But what happened over here on this time frame? Buyers failed to break above this previous higher high to go and form a new higher high. Instead, they found sell pressure on the monthly resistance and are seen what? Movement to the downside. So where is this sell pressure going to end on the weekly before price goes up in the overall direction? It is going to end all the way on this what? Low before price goes all the way to the upside. So we have equal highs, and this is what? The next equal low that we are expecting before buyers come in and push the market all the way up. So USD, I'm expecting price to drop down here before it goes into 8 overall direction. Okay, the overall direction hasn't changed. Price is just coming back for what? An equal low before it goes to the upside. Now, how do we pick sells from here to capitalize on the equal low before it goes to the upside? Let's find out as we take it again to a daily time frame for proper breakdown. Alright, so this is the daily time frame of USD. Now, USD on the daily time frame, let's break it down as well. What is happening on the daily? On the daily time frame, we have the daily upper zone and then the daily lower zone. Price was initially in an uptrend on the daily, and we were excited about it last week, but it has now become a downtrend. Let me explain. So this was equal highs of the daily, which got broken to the upside to form what? A higher high. Price came down for what? Higher low. It should have what? Gone all the way up to form a new higher high after forming what? Bullish engulfing candle close, but that wasn't the case. Price reversed all the way to the downside. So you can clearly see that what? Although price was what? Moving in an uptrend over here, it failed to continuously go all the way up. Instead, it has reversed all the way down. Why? Because after forming the bullish engulfing candle close, it went ahead and formed what? An evening star candle confirmation, which reversed it all the way to the downside. So if you look at the day time frame, sellers have been able to break below this support level to the downside with the push. After push, what happens next? Retest and then continuation move further to the downside. So the day time frame, price currently in a downtrend, so we're waiting for the retest before we sell all the way down over here. And once price makes contact to form the equal low, it will then move all the way to the upside. Now let's go to 4 time frame and prepare for the sell to the downside to form the equal low on the weekly. Alright, so this is the 4-hour time frame of gold, USD. Now USD on the 4-hour time frame, this is exactly how we're going to pick our entry. So sellers have been able to break below daily support, giving us what? A lower low on the 4-hour support level here. We are expecting lower high before we pick our entry to a downside. Now, once we're able to pick our entry and price complete the movement, remember, it will form what? The equal low here. The equal low here before it later goes all the way to the upside. So we are capitalizing on the what? The equal low that price is going to form on the weekly time frame, as we have already explained. So USD, this is also our full and complete technical analysis. All right, let's move to the next pair on board, which is going to be USD Chef. Sorry, let's go to USD Chef. Right, so USD Chef is the next pair on my board. Now, USD Chef, I'm looking for a buying opportunity. Why am I looking for a buying opportunity? Let's explain this pair as we take you to the 3 months time frame. Alright, so this is the 3 months time frame of USD Chef. Now, USD Chef on the 3 months time frame, let's do proper breakdown here on this time frame. On the 3 months, we have the upper zone, the middle zone, and then the lower zone. What else do we see here? We are seeing a break below this what? Equal lows to the downside, giving us what? A lower low. Now after lower low, what should happen next? There should be what? A form of lower high before price can potentially go all the way down. So USD Chef, I'm expecting our price to move a little bit to the upside before it later drops all the way down. Now, that little move to the upside is what we're going to capitalize on as we break it down continuously. So USD, let's take it again to the monthly for another breakdown. Alright, so this is the monthly time frame of USD. Now USD on the monthly time frame, we have the monthly mid-range zone over here. What has happened in the monthly time frame? This is the break below the what? The equal lows, giving us for the lower low here. Price has formed double bottom here. I'm expecting to go up before it may drop all the way to the downside, like I explained. So USD are looking for buying opportunities before selling opportunities into the overall direction of the market. Now let's take it further to weekly for another look. Alright, so this is the weekly time frame of USD. Now USD on the weekly time frame, what do we see here on the weekly? We are seeing a downtrend. We have what? The weekly mid-range zone. This is what? Lower low. This is lower high. This is a new lower low. This is also a lower high. Price failed to break below what the previous lower low. Instead, it has formed a low here with a pin bar, and I'm expecting price to extend further to create an equal high on the weekly what resistance level. So USD, I'm looking for buying opportunities from here to the upside. How do I pick my buy from here to the upside? Let's explain as we take it further to the daily time frame. Alright, so this is the daily time frame of USD. Now USD on the daily time frame, let's take our time and also break it down. Now on the daily time frame of USD, look at what we have here. We have the daily upper zone, and then the daily upper, the middle, and then the lower zone. What has price done here on the daily? It has moved from the downtrend to an uptrend. This was for lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low again. This area was supposed to be lower high to bring the market down, but that did not happen. Instead, what happened? Buyers broke above with a push as higher high, dropped down for higher low, a new higher has formed. We expect another higher low here for price to continuously go all the way up. So this is what the beautiful formation of the daily time frame telling us that price will eventually be going all the way to the upside. So USD, we are going to be expecting what? Entry from here to go all the way to the upside. Now, how do we pick the buy? Let's take it to a 4-hour time frame and I'll explain the buy for us. Alright, so this is the 4-hour time frame of USD. So USD on the 4-hour time frame, we have the 4-hour mid-range. So what happened on the 4-hour? Price is also an up on the 4-hour time frame. Push as higher high. We have higher low. We have a new higher high here. We expect another higher low with candle confirmation before we buy all the way up on USD. So USD, this is also a full and complete technical analysis. Alright, so the last pair on board is Euro AUD. Let's go to Euro AUD and finalize the analysis tonight. Let's go to Euro AUD. Alright, so Euro AUD is up next. Now Euro AUD, I'm also looking for a buying opportunity on this pair. But why do I want to buy Euro AUD? Let's break it down for 3 months so that we can understand where the direction is going and how we are going to pick entry into that direction. Alright, so this is Euro AUD and we're on the 3 months time frame. We have the upper zone, the middle zone, and then the lower zone. What happened on this time frame? Buyers were able to break above the middle zone here to the upside with a push. Now, where is the push going to end on the 3 months? It is going to end on this what? Resistance level as well as equal highs. So how then are we going to be able to pick buying opportunities to the upside on UAD? Let's find out as we break it down again from the monthly. Alright, so UAD, let's go to your monthly for another breakdown. Alright, so this is the monthly time frame of UAD. Let's understand things here on the monthly. On the monthly, we have what? The upper and then the lower zone. This is equal highs of the monthly. We go broken to the upside to form what? A higher high. Now after higher high, you can see the price drop all the way down here to create what? Higher low. And then after that, we go continuously to the upside. So UAD price is what? Is in an uptrend here on the monthly, indicating that we are definitely going to see what? More buy pressure to this previous what? High. So how do we pick those buys to the upside? Let's take it further to weekly for another breakdown. Alright, so this is the weekly time frame of UAD. Now UAD on the weekly time frame, what exactly is going on? We have the weekly upper and then the weekly lower zone. This was the monthly higher high, and this was also the monthly what? Higher low. And after the mark price created the monthly high and the monthly high, what has it done? It has gone up to break above resistance level of the weekly as higher high here, drop down for higher low, equal high, equal low, we are expecting more buying pressure to move the market from here to the upside. So this is also the weekly structure telling us the price will be able to go all the way to the upside. So UAUD, we are looking for buying opportunities here to move to the upside. How do we pick those buys? Let's consult the daily for another look. Alright, so this is the daily time frame of UAUD. Now the daily says it all. Why? Let's explain. We have the daily upper and then the daily lower. So what happened in the daily? Price pick buying pressure from here, broke above the daily resistance to form higher high. It dropped down for higher low. Where does it go next? It goes all the way to the upside. So UAUD, we are looking for buying opportunities here to go all the way to the next one, resistance level of the weekly. Now, how do we pick the buy from here to the upside? Let me take you quickly to the 4H where I'll explain the buy. Alright, so this is the 4-hour time frame of UAUD. Now UAUD on the 4-hour time frame, let's get it. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we have the 4-hour mid-range zone. What has happened on the 4-hour? Price has formed a double top, a double bottom, a break below the neckline, a break above, breaking above this neckline. And it's come back to retest. After retest, we will pick our entry all the way to the upside. So UAUD, you can see that price is almost completing the retest. And after the retest is complete, we look for candle confirmation, be it a bullish engulfing, significant pin bar, morning star. We will buy from here to the upside on UAUD. So UAUD, this is also our full and complete technical analysis. If you love what I'm doing over here, make sure to subscribe to the channel and then don't forget to click on the bell notification to get notified anytime I drop a new video. Thank you all for coming in. Stay classy and treat classy. But before you go, make sure to join my free signals. The link is in the description. Thank you all. Stay classy. Peace.